Awaken, puppets of Gepetto, and welcome fans, new and old, to your next installment of your Lies of P Platinum All Achievements Guide. So, here we are, bopping our way through puppets, on our way through Krat, on this wonderful journey in this fantastic game. It's just so beautifully done. Can't wait to see what they do with DLC and the little teaser that they put at the end, hoping something really good comes from that. But that aside, onward we go. So, crossing over, make a note of this, 221B, nice little Sherlock reference. We're going to come back here later. For now, let's rope this sniper. And there's an ambush here from this chimney sweep. Rope him to stop him from charging you. Same for this one. Because once the attack starts, all you can do is block. Perfect block does prevent the rest of the charge, but that means you have to get the guaranteed perfect block. Let's just use the string instead. Behind the sniper, let's get a kill here. Walk to the item, don't pick it up yet. Let the sweeper take a couple of steps, and then rope. Now we can pick up Venigni's landmark guide. Have a read of that for some lure. Come back across, walk over, grab a dim Ergo fragment, walk back, and when you get to the bridge, you're going to hear Gemini say, "Is that a butterfly?" Well, yes it is. Lock on a couple of bops to bop it for a hidden moonstone. We are going to have to defeat all the different types of butterfly to get a trophy, but that's going to happen pretty much guaranteed. If you do not destroy it on the first go and it disappears, then when you reload at a stargazer, it will reappear again. Once you've defeated it, it will not respawn again. Grab a star fragment here. Let's restore our durability. Come through. This will tell you about the quarantine. There you go. Quarantine zone, the petrification disease. Here, drop to the right. Come to the window for the weeping woman. And we're going to say that we will find her child.
From Rose, time one. My family.
So yeah, she's suffering from the petrification disease, and she wants her baby back. I'll find her.
Thank you so much.
So yeah, she wants to be able to see her baby before she loses her sight.
Check it out. I hope
now,
everybody's safe.
Let's go ahead and equip our throwing cells. Make sure that they're ready on your bar. And we're going to use 4 of them, and then we're going to use the electric stick for the rest. Press triangle to get your electric stick up, and quickly throw 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your block ready. Charge attack. And that's how we deal with him. He drops the Krat police baton, so that's weapon number 5 of 29. Through the arch, grab the torn doodle, have a look at that for a bit of lure. That's the same notification as before. You can see a dog there, quickly come up, rope it before it barks. And that's going to prevent 2-on-1 with these new saber puppets. So, if you've got a 1-on-1, in fact actually no, we'll deal with this first one first. So, as you see, he's got his guard up. And all we're doing is waiting for an attack. There we go. Should really make a note of pay more attention to my notes. Oh, there we go. While looking at my notes. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to try and... actually no, we'll do it on the way back down. Please send it. Come on. Okay. So, what happened there, apologies, I was off camera. So we killed the dog, first puppet, sorry, first saber puppet we defeated here. Then this saber puppet, when you get close to the door, he should burst through. I don't know why he burst through when I was over there, but hey ho. So we're going to pop those two, come here, repair the lift. So this is a shortcut back to the Stargazer. There's a lift next to the merchant where we bought the electric coil stick. And now we're going to take the lift up. So what we're going to do now is we are going to get you your ultimate defense trophy, number 5, using the saber puppets. So, use the Stargazer. We're going to give you some perfect block practice. Come back down. And out. So there are 2 saber puppets. We're going to rope one. And pop. Now for this one, we're not going to do any attacks. Oh no, forgot the dog. Okay, we're not going to do any attacks. All we're going to do is work on perfect blocking his attack. There we go. There we go. And that's all we're doing, is we're just getting his weapon broken so that we can get trophy number 5, the ultimate defense technique. If you have to do that a few times, that's why here's a great place to do it. You can just keep going up and down the lift and then refighting one saber puppet. But what we need to do to get that trophy is you have to break a weapon by doing perfect guards. And that's what we just did. So do that however many times you have to. The saber puppets only have 3 attacks really, so they're quite a good, enemy set to do that with. I'm going to proc a heal, grab a sawtooth wheel, and I'm going to open this gate. Down here we can see there's 2 dogs, so we're going to rope one. And then rope the other. Oh, no. Prioritizing the dog, trying to keep the enemies away from each other. Oh, took a hit on that charge attack. So be careful for these. If these take a hit, they will explode and then electrify the ground for a little while. Come over to the lamp, grab an emergency protection. Come over to the cart, grab a radiant Ergo, and then all I'm doing is I'm locked on here and there. I'm going to rope it. Behave, sir. Okay, well I can... Right. Backup tactic is the way to go. Because I have the coil stick charged up, when I do a charge attack on him, it's doing that extra bit of stagger, which is why I was able to do it. But what I should have done is respected the moveset first, so I was getting too aggressive and taking some hits in the process. But what I can demonstrate is I am currently out of pulse cells. However, you may have noticed as I was attacking him successfully, that little pink gauge on the top, on the left there, is going up. When that fills up, I will earn back my last pulse cell. So you're never truly out of pulse cells, so long as you can successfully hit enemies. Your last one, when it's empty, refills. Very important strategy, especially in the early game, when we don't have as many pulse cells available. Right. Come here. That elite does drop star fragments. Wow, is that all the way back here? Yeah, so it's a star fragment, dim ergo, and a random item. Again, Fable Catalyst, perfect one for me. as it is an item that we do not need to use. Right, we will talk to Toma in that window in a moment. However, first, dog, if you've got some puppet string left, use it. And that little noise, oh, just be careful, as so that I hit the trap, so the first thing I'm doing is getting out of there. As you can see, that electric damage does it. I'm using R1 attacks rather than with the Wintry Rapier we use charge attacks. I'm using R1. That's why I took a hit at the bottom of the stairs right at the beginning there, that puppet that hit me at the same time as I hit him. The charge attack here takes longer. Have a chat to Toma in the window. He's going to talk about Murphy. We will get an item for him later to get a larger Ergo item. Here, attack, and then move back. Let the electricity go. Might as well charge our durability while we're waiting. Now over to this chest for an insulation converter. And we're going to equip the insulation converter. So yeah, so that sharp kind of ching noise, that's the noise when your last pulse cell recovers to a usable state. Come back, and then this time we're going to go to the left of the stairs. We can see there's a dog here. Just rush it, it's not paying attention, so we can get 2 easy hits on. Come back to the carriage, grab a hidden moonstone. This puppet here, do the block walk. The backstab animation is going to protect us from the lightning. So the key thing here is we did the backstab. The backstab has a wide second swing which hit the trap here. But because we're in a backstab animation, we have invincibility frames. And we're taking advantage of those. And all I did was just kept mashing circle to make sure I jumped back straight away. And then deal with what's left of the second puppet. Come up here, grab another hidden moonstone. Round, bop, and roll. The whole bop and roll. And there is an ambusher waiting around this wall here. So instead of just charging for the item, just stay here and he should always do that little attack and miss. Now we can grab the star fragment. With that done, we've now done this little side area. We're just going to head back, take the lift up, and rest at the Stargazer. Now, excuse me, thank you. Now, yes, we are going back to the hotel, and we could just use the pocket watch to warp there. However, I cannot guarantee that the lift will be waiting at the top if we do. So, and if not, you're still going to, the time we spent running back here, we would have to spend waiting for the lift. So, warp, press square for Hotel Krat, or X on Xbox, and then warp back to the hotel. We're now going to prepare ourselves for... It is a named boss, but I don't count this as a proper boss, to be honest. Right. Hotel housekeeping. So the first thing I always recommend doing, if your Fable is not full, when you step out to... So as you can see, I'm missing just a little bit in the top left there, the blue bars. Once you hit the training area here, once your weapon comes out, you automatically refill to full Fable. So always do that as your first piece of housekeeping. Now, we're going to come to Eugenie.
I know my way around.
Upgrade, and we're going to upgrade our electric coil stick to +2. +1. +2. head over to Sophia. We are going to spend 2 Radiant and 6 Dim Ergo. So 2 Radiant, those are 500 each. And 6 Dim for another 600. You may have more Ergo than me because you've been picking up enemy drops. Odds are they're going to be dropping you Ergo items. So again, the whole point of this guide, as I mentioned in the previous video, is that I will not have items available to me that you won't have available to you. So the key thing is I'm not picking up random drops. The only kind of slight exception is those mini elite enemies that drop Star Fragment, Ergo, and 1 random item. And then the whole guide is written not using the random item. It won't give me more Ergo, so that's kind of the biggest thing. I mentioned in the previous video as well, we do not spend boss Ergo until our later playthroughs. In the first playthrough, we are trading in all the boss Ergo for weapons to get our special weapon trophy.
I'll use my power.
Level up. 2 points into technique to get it to 15, and 2 points into vitality to get it up to 12. To the Stargazer. Teleport to Chapter 2-2 inside the house on Elysion Boulevard. Right, in we go. Pull the lever. Watch those guys fumble over each other. Rope one, and then start attacking immediately. Rope the dog. You can't rope them when their guard is up. There we go. So, now we've popped them, we can come this way, open the gate, and what a sight. All puppets will be destroyed. Well, that's not what it says. It says purge puppets, but, you know, who's checking things like that? So, as we come forward, we're going to meet the Mad Donkey Stalker. And he is harassing Gepetto, who's in that cart.
You're their mate? What's your...
He's then going to say, wait, I know who you are. You're the devil's puppet.
Die!
Right. So, lock on, backtrack, charge up. And what we're going for here is dodge and behind, and we're going for backstabs. I don't know why it didn't give me that one. Oh. There we go. Once you've got a backstab, come up, charge attack, and then back away.
I'll kill you both, then string you up on the bridge.
Focus on the block. Oh. Heal if you need to, or as you need to. Oh, come on, why are you not giving me the backstab? Oh. Really? Charge attack. Back away, back away. Fuck up. This is your fault for not giving me charge sensor. There we go.
I demanded the truth. Now I feel bad.
A couple of back attacks it didn't give me there. When you're on your last Fable, your last pulse cell to heal, don't be afraid to use it when you've got only a little bit of health gone, because then when you hit him, you'll start charging it back up. There, we're about to get our 6th trophy, the Bastards and the Sweepers. Along with that, we will get the Mad Donkey head and coat, if you want to wear those, the City Hall key, and the Enigma tool, which allows us to take the tops off of handles for our weapons and mix and match weapons. A fantastic mechanic.
Son.
In addition, we get awarded
It's
an
a
extra
dream
max
come
pulse
true.
charge. So there is the
See,
trophy
like this.
number 6, the Bastards and the Sweepers.
But in order, you
All the goodies.
I want to use this. We'll catch.
And now, after the rest of the Stargazer, you'll notice that our maximum number of pulse cells has gone up to 4 instead of 3. Come around the cart and grab another hidden moonstone. Open the door. And let's fire up the Stargazer. I'm going to take off pulse throwing cells, just so that we don't use them by mistake.
Weapon, if you find any.
So Jiminy's going to talk us about assembling weapons. And what I like to do at this point, you don't have to, but apart from our coil stick, I'm just going to disassemble everything. So clicking in the right stick. We're not going to use them. And for me, it just I find it's a tidier setup. Again, not required. We are going to get a trophy later on when we mix and match our own weapon. You can do that now, but for now we're just going to stick with our electric stick. Come here for a dim Ergo. Come back. And what we're going to do, while holding block, walk off down here and go for... No? Wow, it's not giving me backstabs. Oh well. This guy, have a rope, start attacking. Come over to the lamppost, grab the star fragments. I like to trigger that. The dog may or may not come out to play. If not, he's just over there at the bottom of the stairs. And dogs, I just recommend rope the dog. Lock on here, run to the top, quickly rope it, and he should die to the trap. This guy, hit, block, bang. There we go. Or depending on what he does, just dispatch accordingly. Come here to the left. Grab a Vivid Ergo. Open the shortcut back to the Stargazer, which we're not going to use, because our journey here is relatively painless and we get a few extra Ergo. And at this stage, every Ergo helps. To the left, we're going to pick up an article. That's going to give you a bit more lore to have a nice read through. And you can see we've got another one of those boxer puppets. This one actually sticks around, so he does respawn. One. Oh, so that's 1, 2, and now he's going to go for his big uppercut, which is our opening. Big uppercut. That's your opening. Big uppercut. That's an opening. So because he respawns, we're not picking up his item. Well, I'm not picking up his item. It's only the ones that stop respawning that drop.
No.
Pick up the broken
No
baby
survivors
puppet.
here. What do we do? Just give her that baby puppet?
And now, come back through. Just in case you have taken more hits than I have from him, we're going to come to the Stargazer, respawn. But we had to get the broken baby puppet. That was important because we're going to tell a lie with it. For those of you who know or have figured it out, we're going to give the broken baby puppet to the weeping woman, and we're going to tell her it's her child and that she looks lovely. And she's going to believe us, which I guess we make her happy, but yeesh. So pop these guys again. 90 Ergo a piece. Just so, you know. Plus 32, so that's the equivalent of spending 2 dim Ergo, so can't be too bad. Don't worry about using puppet string, we're not going to use it on the boss, so. Don't need to fight the boxer again. What we are going to do is come up here and go get all and that's used up all of our puppet string, so charge! There we go. Come here. Open the chest for the Puppet Destroyer Amulet. Increases damage inflicted on puppets, and it's something like it's a 10-20% buff. It's a very notable buff to your damage on puppets, so we're definitely going to equip that in our second amulet slot. Come here, investigate, and use a star fragment to awaken your spectre, your spirit, for the Scrapped Watchman boss fight. So can't skip the cutscene, so I'll use that as my opportunity to explain what's going to be a pretty straightforward battle plan. And the creepiest, well, definitely one of the creepiest puppet bosses. So, 1 health bar. During phase 2, he adds additional electricity onto his attacks and attacks more wildly. Our battle strategy here is we summoned the Spectre using the Star Fragment. We're going to let the Spectre poke him for a little bit of damage, take the aggro away from us, and then all we're going to do is get behind him and do charged attacks on his backside. When he aggroes onto us, we're just going to keep our distance, let the spirit take the aggro again, and rinse and repeat, and that is how we're going to handle this boss. He is going to aggro us first. Let's proc our electric triangle. Just have your blocks at the ready. Don't worry too much about perfect blocking. All we're doing is waiting for the spirit to do the spirit's job. There we go. Now the spirit's got the aggro. We are behind and charging and attacking the backside. And as you see, thanks to our electricity, we are doing so much damage to him. So you may have noticed on the... Oh dear, come on, heal. That's the halfway point. That's what we want to see. Right, now we're on the spirit. Let's get the Stagger, get round to his face, and get into the circle to get the crit hit in. Heal. Can't hurt him during the grab, I'm afraid. So now that that's done, let's get our hits in. Get our electric back on. There we go. Trophy number 7, Scrap Watchman. what I was starting to say, you may have noticed during the parade boss fight, if not during this one, all of the text that's all jumbled up. It's actually blurred. It's not a different language. When you're on a New Game Plus playthrough, it will show you and you'll be able to hear what it's saying in your chosen language. That gets translated for you. Before you fire up the Stargazer, come to this bench that says Friends and grab the faded whistle. Now fire up the Stargazer. Scrap Watchman boss outside of your 7th trophy also drops overcharged storage battery, which gets you a Legion arm. His boss Ergo, the POrgan core, which allows you to customize your character with P-organs, a quartz, and a small officer puppet, which does nothing. So, rest of the Stargazer. Teleport, and now what you can see is here, well, next to the hotel, you'll see the two faces, Eugenie and Gepetto, and inside house, you'll see the broken doll and the faded whistle items. We're going to go to chapter 2.2, and we're going to complete the Weeping Woman, which we have to do A, we're going to tell a lie and we're going to get some humanity points, and B, by lying to her, we're going to get our first record, and we need to get all 16 and listen to all 16 for a trophy. And then we're going to go to Tomo and pretend to be a police officer. We don't get humanity points for it, but we do get a Radiant Ergo. So, from here, journey is the same as before. So, outside 221B, Ropey Sniper. And now we've got Puppet Destroyers. We're going to take one last hit to defeat these puppets. So before it was rope, swing, swing. Now it's just rope, swing. Nothing on that one, apparently. Game's just trying to show me up. Up the ladder, mainly to deal with this sniper. Let him take a couple of steps. Down we go. If you didn't beat it before, the butterfly will still be here. Make sure that you have defeated this butterfly, even if you have to keep respawning it. But that one's pretty straightforward. Over to our window, back to the Weeping Woman. We're going to give her the broken doll puppet.
If I could sense her from
And this is the most important part, is we lie, we say she's a cute baby.
Please let me hear her there. What do you
Isn't my
think?
baby adorable? She's a cute baby.
That's right. Kind.
There we go. We get the feel record and a vivid Ergo fragment, and our springs are reacting. Down we go. The police elite will not respawn, so you don't have to worry about that. Remember to rope the dog. Rope saber puppets. Oh, ran out of Legion. Since we're out of Legion, we're going to go the aggressive way to get these dogs. Missed one of the swings. There we go. The elite here does not respawn. And same here. Dogs out windows. There we go. Now we've dispatched all of those. Outside the window, come to your items. Get to your collectibles and faded whistle, use.
I know that whistle. I miss Zach and Sophie
Grab
and
a
Eric.
Radiant Ergo, and now let's use
I wish
the
we could
Moonface
all
pocket
play.
watch and walk to the hotel. Now, something new is the gramophone at the left there is sparkly because we have a record that we can play for the first time. So check records and feel. I love this track. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. The soundtrack to this game is amazing, and feel is such a good first record to get. So play the record. Once it starts ticking down, there we go. We're now going to continue our business, and when it finishes playing, so long as you stay in the hotel areas, then when it finishes playing, we will get humanity points, and in this instance our springs will react. Right, so start the song, come to Polendina,
Welcome to
talk to him about stalkers and find out a bit more,
That is what
and purchase 2 quartz from him. Talk to Antonio.
That sounds very different. You and Gepetto. People have. Thanks for keeping.
Okay. Run across. Refill your fable. And now we're going to talk to Eugenie.
I picked up traces. Why don't we make Mr. Venigni? The puppets get.
And she makes us the Fulminis Legion arm. So we now have 3 Legion arms and the Venigni craft machine, which lets us switch. However, we are sticking with puppet string. You've already seen how useful that is, and it's only going to get better as we upgrade it later on. Go back, talk to Eugenie again.
You're going to the fact he's the richest. I heard he. I know my way around. Mr. Venigni.
Find out some more about Venigni. Assemble weapons, just, well, I choose it to get rid of the icon on it because that's the type of person I am. Find Sophie. Oh, actually, it's the cat there. It is. So now I can show you the cat's reaction. So here we go. Investigate the cat. We are still very much machine. Yeah, we get hissed and a big row. And then this is Eugenie's collection. Do not touch anything from Eugenie. Find Sophia. We are going to spend 2 vivid, so 600 for 2 of those, and 1 dim ergo.
You saved Gepetto. He's on the set. I'll use my power.
Level up. And we should be able to get 3 levels into Vitality. To get that up to 15. So the 300 remaining is the when I took the lift down to get the perfect block trophy. If you do it on your first run and you don't need to go back down to do it, then that's the 300 difference. So if you've skipped a bit of time there, you don't have to worry. We've got a bit of flexibility in the ergo there. I am always spending ergo based on worst case scenario. So Vit up to 15, carry on up the stairs, and at this point Feel is about to finish, and I want it to finish before I get into the POrgan, just to make things a little bit easier to wrap up. There we go, our springs are reacting. It's going to replay, but you only get the humanity the first time, so talk.
Always speaking.
You have returned, yada yada yada, save Venigni, POrgans.
POrgans are the source of your powers. Collect quartz to get the strength you need.
So, there are 2 elements to POrgans. But first, let's just look.
Be careful. Beware.
Okay. So we've just been given the Krat City Hall courtyard key. So at the moment we only have phase 1 available to us. Once we do 2 of these organs, it will then open up phase 2, and then subsequently phase 3, 4, 5, and then we will unlock phase 6 later on in the game. 2 elements to an organ. So firstly, let's look at the first one we're going to do, which is Link Dodge. So Link Dodge has 2 slots in it. When both of them are full, we unlock the organ ability. So if I show you now, if I select an empty slot, the first, and then now as we unlock the levels, we unlock better abilities to put in them. For now we have level 1, we can only use level 1s. So we have 4 different types: attack, survival, ability, and item. You can only put 1 of each type into a specific organ. So Link Dodge, if we put an attack type in and we select the other slot, we will not be able to put another attack type in. I am going to tell you specifically for this build what I recommend. If you follow the guide and follow that, you'll never have to worry about which one to do where. I am keeping the game as easy as possible for you, and that is what this build is all about. So firstly, we want more Ergo, so we're going to go to item type, increase Ergo upon eliminating an enemy, and we're going to put that into the first slot of Link Dodge. So we don't have Link Dodge available until we fill the second slot. So in the second slot, we are going to enhance our charge attack stagger. So enhance charge stagger attack 1. So now we have Link Dodge is available. The quartz you put into the slot, that is immediately active. So even if we didn't put the enhanced charge stagger, we would still get the extra Ergo, but we wouldn't get Link Dodge until we do that. Now with the other 2, we're going to put them into increased pulse cells 1, so that your max pulse cells will go up to 5. So the first one, we are going to ability type, and we're going to charge Legion when eliminating an enemy, so we can get more use out of our puppet string. And then for the second one, we are going to increase staggered duration. So when we do stagger an enemy, it's going to stay down for longer. So if you looked at the last boss, where we were behind it, it got staggered, we had to run round to the front to get to the circle for the crit. This is going to give us more time for that, or more time to get a charge attack in and then get the crit. And there we go. We have now unlocked phase 2, but we have no more quartz for now.
The city
Talk to Gepetto.
Venigni
I'm going to exhaust his dialogue. He's going to tell you a little bit of lore about the next 4 areas.
Rosa, I believe, especially. You can get from City Hall.
Down we go. So when you're in the hotel, you cannot attack, you cannot repair, and you cannot take damage. You also have infinite stamina, so you can sprint around everywhere. At the Stargazer, warp to Chapter 2-4, the City Hall Courtyard. How are we doing on time on the video? Oh, we're still good. Onward. Grab Venigni's city guide. Have a read of that for some lure. Use the new key that we just got.
Here it is.
Gemini's gonna say a little bit about Venigni works. Come up behind, get your backstab.
puppets. Just ask
Grab
him.
a throwing cell.
Not just puppets. Almost
Come to the
every
right
machine
here.
in Tram and Krat is supplied from here. You gotta
Grab
be
this
curious
article,
about
the
the
Miracle
guy.
Cure,
What
have a
kind
read of that.
person is he?
Have a look at this hanging puppet that's going
Wish
to
we could
ambush
find
us.
him.
So we're going to
That
run
is,
up here, it's going
he's
to
still
climb
kicking.
and charge. Pop. Simples. Onto the roof. So, these planks, the moment you step on them, will collapse and you will fall. Even if you try and jump across the planks, you will still fall down. So what we're going to do is we are going to jump. So by running and then clicking in the left stick to get the jump, we're going to jump onto this side platform instead. Come up here, get the backstab on the sniper. See the big guy with the wheel? He is a respawning enemy. Get the drop on this puppet here. Grab attribute resistance ampule. Make sure the big guy's not looking. Grab special resistance ampule. Climb the ladder. You're going to have to trigger the roof trick here, so we're going to jump, and even though it's clear that we should make it, well, there you go. You may find it weird, maybe they've patched it now, but it used to be that even if you made the jump, it would force you to drop, and it would be like there was an invisible wall in front of you. So maybe they've patched that now. Drop down here, block walk, oh no, never mind. He gets there, and then come up the ramp, run and attack this guy here. Come back down. Oh no, you're just chilling there. Okay. This guy who throws throwing cells, he may come round to the stairs. If he does, just stand here at the stairs, wait for him to come up, and then bop him. If he doesn't, if you've got up the slope in time so that he's not aggroed to you, what you're going to do is you're going to come down here, grab the Fable Catalyst. After you've defeated him, you'll come down this way anyway, so block walk, get to the point where you can safely hit him, and do so. There's a hanging enemy there to be mindful of. In fact, what I'm going to do is when he gets over, come here, charge attack her so that she's not going to be a problem. Proc your lightning and just be prepared to block. Or, in this instance, after 2, I'm going to get my charge attack off. 1, 2, go for the uppercut. 2, oh no uppercut. Oh, there it is. 4 charge attacks should be enough to get the stagger on him, and then pop. So I'm not going to pick that up because he is a respawning strong enemy as opposed to an elite that won't respawn. Again, I highly recommend you pick these items up. You have defeated her. The next enemy is here waiting to ambush you. So instead we're going to drop down, get the drop on this guy who throws throwing cells, sorry. Grab the emergency protection, come around here, and we... oh, I did not realise those were explosive barrels. The things you learn. As you can see, he's throwing stuff. Don't worry, we're going to deal with him, but not right now. Come over to here, over to the phone, and they will all de-aggro when we answer the phone. And we are going to talk to the King of Riddles.
But I wonder, my friend, just where you've been?
So these riddles are how we get our Trinity Keys, which open up hidden bunkers across different parts of the game. There are 5 in total, and we need to get all 5 and open all 5 to get a trophy. So the riddles are multiple choice, so most of them are pretty straightforward. And the key thing is, by answering correctly, because it's a riddle, we are showing humanity. So we get human points, or humanity points, and our springs are going to react. So the first riddle, I'll let you do this on your playthrough. Answer human.
Correct. And that's it. Still, doors, my next riddle.
Get a Trinity Key and our springs react. Smash these boxes, grab a Radiant Ergo. Heal up, we're not too far from Stargazer, so don't worry about using your resources. Use rope. Now, there is going to be a big ambush here. The guy at the end is going to throw stuff, so he's our priority, and we are going to rush to him, ignoring the other guys that are going to climb up from the sides. Priority is always snipers first. Backstab if you can, so you get your invulnerability frames. And then just keep your distance, deal with the enemies. Ideally one by one, or in that case the other two, they were right next to each other, so that was fine with the width of my swing, but just play it safe. Grab a Legion mag, up the stairs. And here we are, Venigni works. Down we go. Grab the chain. Fire up the Stargazer. Upstairs, grab Dib Ergo. Rest if you need to, if you don't have many pulse cells left. However, if you've got at least one, you should be fine to come down here. Drop down. Rope and charge attacks. So these puppets are stronger than the ones that we've been dealing with so far. So if you do an R1, it's not going to be enough to stagger them, and they're just going to attack you through it. And as you saw there, it took 2 charge attacks to take them out. So worth noting. Open the safe. Opening is one way of putting it. Rip the door off. And we're going to grab the Salamander Dagger, your 6th normal weapon of the playthrough so far. Push the button to open the door to get back to the Stargazer. And now, if you haven't already, now's a good time to have a rest, recharge all of your resources, and I think now's a really good point to stop this video before we go further into Venigni Works and carry on our journey there. So, hopefully you're enjoying the guide so far and it's being useful and having some guidance in terms of what's, I'm not going to say correct because there is no one correct build or way to do your POrgans, your leveling and stuff, but this is definitely what I find to makes the game the easiest. You may find it differently, other people may say no, this is better. For me, this is the way that I could come across to make the guide fewer deaths for you as possible, make it as survivable and hopefully as fun as possible as well. So I really hope you're enjoying it. Please do offer a like and subscribe if you're finding this useful, enjoyable, or in any way positive. Please offer your comments. How's your journey coming along? Were any areas particularly difficult? How are you finding it? I'd love to get some feedback from you. Can't wait to see you in the next video. And all that leaves me to say is one more thank you, and bye for now.